welcome to this talk where I'm going to be explaining about transforming or releasing our negative belief systems, which is, I think, very important because um, when we transform our belief systems, the ones that are limiting and holding us back, we're able to transform a lot of stuff in our lives. So I'm first going to do a transmission for everyone to just be able to settle in and understand this information. So if you want to close your eyes and just come into your body, put your attention on your heart, all your energy down onto the earth, all your attention on your body and the space around your body, your energy field. Breathing in and breathing out. And relaxing deeper into the body. Haumakarate aranoko makiarete suranako makaratuko akiarete keke kamoko ke karako ko kiareneko asirinia ko makerete. So this call is for everyone that is really interested in making a step forward in their journey. Hamakarate aranoko kasarana, to really ground their energy onto this earth and to make a difference in their lives. So haumakarate aranoko ko amakasarana, to transform their lives uparaka into everything they know they can do. No longer being victim of their situation, but becoming responsible for your reality. Okay, so breathing in, I'm very happy to be with all of you and to be able to explain how we create our belief systems, and how in the personal sessions that I will be offering, we can remove those negative belief systems that are really limiting us and not allowing us to take responsibility and to create the life that we really came here to create. So first of all, our belief systems are in the whole of our energy field. And I would say a lot, like they're like a coding. So if we were a computer, if our body were the actual computer, and then the energy field is the actual like software, it's like little programs that are there, right? Or coding that's there that is making us see our reality. So the outside world, ourselves, the outside world, a certain color in a certain way. So in the same way that we would go into a computer and reprogram whatever, or take out the bugs or the cookies that are there, we will do that same thing, but with the negative belief systems. When we remove that negative belief system, it's like we lift a veil out of our eyes and we start seeing the reality, so ourselves and our environment and the things around, differently. They have another color to it, another shape to them. We start seeing opportunity. We start seeing possibilities. And so we change from a low frequency energy in these belief systems, because belief systems are in our energy field and they are energy and they hold together because of energy. And we introduce a high frequency belief structure that is according to the need of our system, with a more expanded perspective, which is a perspective that is going to make us grow and transform. So when we have these belief systems, there are many that have been implanted on us, and it can be how they come about. We can have belief systems that are inherited, so they actually come through our generational lines, and that is something that we can check. Many times we have some that are inherited, so when they're inherited, they're so deeply ingrained in our subconscious, because that's where our belief systems are. They're in our energy field, they're in our subconscious. So we're actually, many times we have belief systems that we can be more aware of, and other times we have belief systems we're completely unaware of, and they could be really really subconscious, and these generational ones we won't even know. We've inherited some that could go back for, like, maybe 3 generations, maybe 12 generations, whatever it comes down through the line. We probably have no clue about them, and it could be just as deep as fear of God, or no trust in God, or things like that. If that is implanted in us, it limits our reality very much, because we don't feel that creator support. And you might think, but I do feel it. Well, you might not have that belief, even though I think many of us have that belief at a core. And maybe you've worked a lot. So you think you don't have that belief, but maybe you still have it in, and you can access so much more. Because the thing is, we're here to evolve and to access every time more of our potential. We are these illimited beings. So we come from source. We trickle down, our spirit energy, that spiritual energy, back into our body and our energy field. And we're again being able to release this limitation that doesn't allow for our spirit to really ground in, so that we can ground it. And we can create, when we ground that energy, when we transform and we're able to allow for this energy to come in, this huge angels that we are, this huge unlimited potential, then we can create so much, and create so much joy for ourselves, and so much possibility, even if we would do very little. It's the internal world of, like, that, in this internal world, that we can create so much joy and balance and wholeness for ourselves. So when we have these negative belief systems, what can happen is we can have, like, things that we can work on, or issues that we could have, or like money issues, which that one is a big one, I think, for many people. Money has been really charged with negative frequencies, and understanding money has been in the hands of throughout history of the vast minority. Money has been used as an energy to manipulate, to control, etc. So if we have this, if we carry this on, we won't be able to live in a natural abundance, or receive money and be able to let go of money. We have to look at those things, like, how do we manage money? What is the charge around it? So we can work on money issues, scarcity issues, which is like the abundance part, because maybe we can, for some, abundance, this is all a state of mind. So abundance is all like it's all of this is a consciousness, it's a state of mind, it's an energy behind. So we need to change that energy, those beliefs around it, so that we can change the reality. So maybe with this scarcity mentality, we have a scarcity mentality, or lack of abundance, let's say, you might be in the same situation, the same house, the same situation. But if you do not have that belief that is making you look at things like through the lens of scarcity, if we're able to transform that, which we do in sessions, it's not like we're able, we do it, you transform that, and even though you might have the same situation, you're seeing it with an internal abundance. And if you're living and feeling that internal abundance, you are naturally going to create it. So we can work on money issues, scarcity, relationship and communication issues, parenting issues, weight issues, any physical ailments, physical imbalances that might be there, career, purpose, and work issues, emotional issues for sure. Then connection, trust, and alignment issues. For many people, that's big, because we can hold much more than we think we can. And then the fear of speaking out, or fear of public speaking. That's another thing. For many, we've come, we have so many beliefs of like that are scared us to death about speaking. So those really are really important to be released, because we're really part of our speaking is once we're able to connect to our heart and we speak from our heart out, and we're ready to expand our message and give out our message. It is so important. There's so many of us that need to keep speaking about our truth, our heart, so that we can pass it on to so many people. There has to be a big shift that goes on in this planet, and we can't just sit down at home and not do anything. We're part in whatever way of it, so that we can speak our, it's not about speaking about these things necessarily, but it's speaking about our heart, speaking our truth, speaking our love, speaking our spirit, let's say. And many of us just hide away. We don't want to show ourselves. We're like hiding our heart, hiding who we really are, trying to fit into the structures that are holding us back. So those structures that are holding us back are these limiting beliefs, these negative belief systems that we hold. So yeah, anything that you feel like is a heavy weight in your life, that you have, like, not evolving, you're stuck, everything like that, all these things, usually there is some limiting or negative belief there that needs to be removed. And as I was saying, some of them are generational. Other limiting beliefs, this is how we create them. We create them from our age, from like age 0. So when we come into life, or from age 1 to the age of 7. At that time, our prefrontal lobe, so the part of our brain that that makes judgment, that can take rational decisions, etc., that is not formed yet at that age. So all the information comes in. So we get a lot of information suggested to us at that stage, right? Which is like, we just take in. So whatever's suggested to us from the external world, be it people, but it could also be from I don't know, TV, the media, music, things that we read. So all this stuff just sort of comes in, and because we don't have that part of the brain that would use judgment and say like, oh, okay, this makes sense, this I agree with this, or this doesn't, it sort of just comes in and it sits there. And many things could come in that are very positive for us, and many things can come in that are very limited or negative for us, that doesn't allow us to evolve. So yeah, so those are created then. And then those are the ones that are suggested to us, and all this information comes in. So imagine you're this huge database, your subconscious, this huge database, and all this information is just coming in and storing there, and just storing. And then we have those beliefs that we make up ourselves at that age also. So like and later on with these, like you can also have beliefs later on, but a big part of them are created during this phase of 0 to 7. But you sort of see the life around you. They you see, for example, your mother and your father fighting, and you see that over and you see that over, and you're like, okay, the world is not a safe place. I can't have a relationship that is positive, or there can't be relationships without fighting, and that becomes a truth to you. But that's limiting, because that's gonna affect, you're gonna have that in your system, and that will affect in finding a relationship that could be positive to you. And the actual truth is that there's a lot more possibility to that. You could have a relationship where you fight and you love each other. So, you another thing, if you want a relationship that you fight, but it doesn't have to be that a relationship you always fight. Or so yeah, it's understanding these belief systems. The thing is, when we try and do belief work from a place of our own mind and self-do it, and see like, oh, what are my beliefs? these are subconscious. Beliefs don't want to show themselves. So doing the work yourself is extremely hard because the beliefs are not going to want to show to yourself. Some you might notice, the more you expand your consciousness, ooh, I'm doing this, or I believe it, or this is what I'm sensing, or you start noticing I have these issues with money. I notice like I don't want to pay things, or when I pay, I'm a bit stingy with it, or I'm fearful to pay, I'm fearful to not have money. I'm like, so you can have awareness of this, but the deeper root of the belief, I personally think it's really important to have somebody help you through these and to pinpoint. So what I do is, I'll tell you now what I do. So what I do is I access, when we go one-on-one in a session, I access with your permission. I never go into people's energy field without permission. So like I ask for access into your system. And then in that system, so let's say you have an issue with money, right? So in that system, we ask your whole system, your subconscious, all this huge database. So, okay, how many beliefs about money do you have? Maybe your system, maybe you have tons, but your system's ready to deal with one at one point, where it tells you you have three. And then, as you evolve, it'll give you like more stuff that you're ready to release, because we can't release everything at once. We have to we release, and then we transform, and then you're ready for more. So let's say it says you have one belief system, and then we would ask, there's different types of belief systems. They have like different makeup, like let's say shapes. Some of them are, as I said, inherited, some are suggested. They can have like really but basically a belief system in general, you would have like negative programs and limiting beliefs, and then more core issues. And these, it's your subconscious telling us what it is. So then there could be issues linked to divine, or linked to insight, or linked to communication, or linked to love. And within love, for example, it could be issues about like love to self, or love to other, or love to family. There's like so many phrases that come up. There's so much decoding, so many phrases that like or claims that can come up. So for example, you can have one, if it's under divine, and then you go under faith, and then you would have I do not believe what I cannot see, or something. You can have, there's like the insane amounts of potential negative statements that we have in our system. But so I have this whole list of our system that's there. So you have like, so statements around divine, and that connection with divine, or then insight, and communication, love, survival, passion, and power. So like all these things have an impact, or like have negative statements below. We do gloss a lot more, but we're finding your specific system, your subconscious knows it all. And when I access that, and I'm testing your system for what it's going to guide us to, where those negative statements that you need to let go of do. So then a whole belief system might comprise like 5 or maybe more negative statements, but those negative statements only can hold because they have energy below. There's been an emotional, or there's certain energy that is stuck below it, that is holding this whole belief system true. So once we have all the statements from the belief system, we go into seeing what energies are associated to this whole belief system. And there'll be emotions that are stuck. So emotions of maybe disgust, or fear, or I don't know, anxiety. So many types of emotions. And probably from what I see and all the work that I do, there's like at least like 10 really core emotions. So we go into that, and your system will give us access to find all these emotions. And then little by little, these emotions can be swiped. It's a very fast process too, which is incredible. We're very ready. This is what shows me. We're very ready to step into the new, to hold our energy, to bring the good, to allow for our energy to flow. to transform our life, to live the good life, because everything just shifts so fast, and this is so powerful, this work. I'm really glad to be able to offer it because it's incredible. So like, yeah, so we neutralize, right, all this charge that is connected to this whole negative belief system. And once all the energy has been transformed, transmuted, so it's not there, this can't hold, you know? So then we just remove these statements, release those, you know? And then we introduce whatever positive or high vibrational statements need to go in. And your system will also tell us which ones it wants, and they'll be much broader. And it is incredible when I sense, because of course, like when I'm working with somebody, I can sense all their energy field, what they're going through, the change in frequency and vibration. And as we release the emotional charge to the belief structure, and then when we release the structure, it's incredible. It's like this whole thing is lifted from people. And then introducing the high vibrating statement, it just illuminates. And then the interesting thing about all this work is that, you know, you do the work in the minute. So this is like a massive software update. So it's like a complete rewiring. Even if it's only, like, you'll say, oh, but it's only one belief system that we're releasing. Well, it's huge. It's huge in our system. And that'll make an impact. I find that probably straight away, if you want to be, if you're like aware, but then it expands in time. It never stops. So it keeps evolving. And it's really interesting because you go in time, and with people that I work with, they'll go in time and then they look back and they're like, oh my God, I was able to do that because of this. So it's a truly very interesting process. And I would, I would totally like invite you to try to work with these, because the reality is that if we do have these limiting beliefs rounding around, and we all have, like I do work with myself all the time and keep removing limiting beliefs, but that's when I realized how strong and powerful the work was, because I was doing it on myself and I was shifting so much stuff so quickly. And because it's this idea of like, okay, you're wearing, certain glasses of a certain color, and then we change that belief system, and wow, the world becomes another color, and you see all these possibilities, and you're already feeling different in your environment and with yourself. And that's a whole huge shift in its own. It's incredible. But the transformation that is done is massive, and it's a work that I encourage a lot, because this gives you the ability to be able to ground more of your consciousness, of your spirit, of your higher self in the body. So as I say many times, imagine you're like this so your body's the house, and then you have this garden, that's your energy field or your aura around you with the fence. So we're removing like really very, very, very core weeds or trees, sick trees or negative trees that are eating other things from your garden, so that new things can be planted and we can transform. And this work is like so important at the time that it is now, because we really need to hold vibration. The more of us that hold a vibration of balance, well-being, joy, clarity, that really hold this vibration of being really clear that they are source, and that they are this natural abundance, and that they are just like full of this intelligence, energy intelligence, and they're this clear of like that they're this wisdom and that they're connected to source, that they're part of source. And the more this world is going to shift, and we are making this shift together. And it's not so like that's the bigger picture, you know, we do that, but like it's also because you deserve to live a better life. You deserve to make this transformation for yourself, and you deserve to be able to experience this creator being that you are, that you do not need to be stuck in that old limitation that has been imposed to us, and that have and be stuck in a life of like struggle or scarcity or conflict, just like pure like muddleness, sadness, density. No, we can lift those. And the thing is, that's why I wanted to speak specifically about this work, because we can lift those very quickly, and things can change and transform inside very quickly. So, and it is really very, very interesting and very beautiful to be able to be the master of your own reality, to be able to become the creator of your own thoughts. And because if you become the creator of your own thoughts, then you're the creator of your own reality. So if you have those limiting beliefs that are creating certain thoughts, unconsciously you're creating a reality you don't want. But once you remove those, you start becoming the creator of your thoughts, and you start creating the reality you want. So, yeah, another byproduct of this is that we will work on one thing and that negative belief, but most likely it will have impact on many other things, which is quite incredible. Like, for example, I'll work with somebody maybe on those money issues, but they're like, oh, I also don't sleep, or I have so many thoughts, or this or that. And then we'll work on that money thing. And then specifically money not coming in and wanting money in and being able to pay whatever charge there's there. And then, boom, they'll come back and they'll be like, oh yeah, actually, I slept amazing. I have not had raging thoughts anymore, or this or that. So that's the beauty of holistic the holistic world we're in, the holistic potential, like being holistic beings, that everything is interconnected. So you work on one thing and it'll have impact on many other things, and that is amazing. So yeah, I think I've explained it all, and I invite you to try this, because it is truly life changing. And I think we're at the moment for life changing. I only do work that is really transformational work, and that is really making a difference into grounding yourselves in the body and making a difference for you in this life. And if we're making a difference for you, we're making a difference for the rest of humanity. I invite you to look at my website. If you go under testimonials, you'll see of like testimonials, recent ones from all this, and then older. I don't know. There's many there. Of people really noticing real differences, which is very powerful and beautiful. And yeah, I'm very happy to be able to share this work with you, and I hope you feel called to it, or at least feel called to like give it a try. Uh, yeah, you'll know if it's your time, anyways. So, yeah, I'm gonna do a little transmission just to close, and I will. I'm sending you much love. So yeah, also there's so what you get in the you can either, what I put was a special offer for session with me for doing specifically this belief work, and also you have a bundle with my recordings to purchase as well. And these are I bring through, so like a source translator in my, so the crystal energy comes through my voice, and the crystal energy is the energy of spirit. It's the energy of source. And which is, because our energy, it's my energy, which is source, and it's, and I'm expressing that. But what that energy does, what it's going to do for you is it's going to go through your body and start going through the body and releasing all those things that don't longer need to be there, making things looser so that you expand your consciousness. See, if you have a lot of trauma and pain and all these things in the body, and negative emotions, and low vibrating stuff in the body, we can't really see what's there. You're not able, because there's probably shame and judgment in there, so you're not able to see all the things that are, and you get stuck into living a life. Maybe you're not very happy, but you don't even realize you're not happy, because that's the mind itself, what it does. So with those recordings, what it's going to do is just sort of like going to be shift all that stuff loose, a lot of stuff, because we carry so much, so a lot of stuff will just sort of, you'll just let it go, it'll just go away. And that, what's happening with that is expanding your consciousness, letting stuff, all the debris, all that emotional baggage, all that hurt, to sort of start loosening up, leaving, etc. And when you're doing that process, then you'll become aware, you'll be able to step more into. But if you really want to know, like where you want to advance, what you want to work on, you really want to make a shift, and really a powerful one, then I would say do either, you can do both, or do a private session, because I really believe we can change so much for you. We can do so much, and I'm very excited. So, okay, thank you so much. I will do a little transmission before I let you go, so you can just so breathing in and breathing out. Aho makara te arono koa kasurana I mokoko arate akako makasarana I mokoko ameke tarana koko sarana I moko itarana I moko ikara sarana maka ka aka 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 aka. So breathing in and breathing out, and allowing for this pleading coding to access your system, to access each one of your cells. Ahamoko arate arano koko amakasarano I marate arano ko aki arasarana I moko aka 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 aka. And grounding into your body, which means just feeling every part of your body, every single muscle, every single cell, blessing every single cell of your body, blessing every single cell in your energy field, noticing your skin, the beauty of your skin, the beauty of your being, this being that you are, your full uniqueness. You come from source, but you're your whole own thing. And this whole own thing, this wholeness, have to shine through this. This is why this work is so important. We have to shine through all that is not the truth. Thank you.
This has been a presentation of New Earth One Network, your home for New Earth living. Visit newearth1.com.